In this session, we are going to discuss the PID controllers in the feedback control systems. So there are the different types of feedback controllers. The basic type, this is the on-off controller. So this is the very simplest form of the controller, where there are the two basic states, on and off. On is represented by 1 and off is represented by 0. So this is the simplest form of the controller. So for the switches and for the different kinds of the on off types of the input output models, we are using the on off controllers. The proportional control, integral control and the derivative control, these are the three controls which are used in the PID. The proportional controller, it attempts to perform the better than on off type by applying the power in proportion to the difference in the temperature between the measured and set point, and the gain is increased in the system responds the faster to changes in set point, but becomes progressively underdamped and eventually unstable. The final temperature lies below the set point for the system because some difference is required to keep the heater supplying power. So that is the proportional control. Proportional and derivative control, when we combine the proportional and derivative, it becomes the PD controller. The stability and the overshoot problem that arise when the proportional controller is used, and the steady state error is also there with the proportional controllers. And to reduce that, we are using the proportional and derivative controllers. So it is used at the high gain, and it can be mitigated by the adding a term proportional to the time derivative of the error signal. The value of the damping can be adjusted to achieve the critically damped responses. Then the third one is the proportional plus integral per derivative control. Although the PD controls it deals with the overshoot problem and the steady state error also, the ringing problems associated with the proportional control, it does not cure the problem with the steady state error. So fortunately, it is possible to eliminate this while using the low gain by adding an integral term to the control function, which becomes like this. This is the PID controller. So the characteristics of the PID controllers are what? The proportional controller is KP, and it will have the effect of the reducing the rise time, and it will reduce but the never eliminate the steady state error. Okay, it will reduce the rise time, but the steady state error is present in the proportional control. In the integral control, it is represented by KI. It has the effect of reducing the steady state error, but it may take the transient response worse. So the speed is very worse in the integral control. So the derivative control, it will have the effect of increasing the stability of system. It will reduce the overshoot, as well as it will improve the speed or the transient response. So by combining the features or the advantages of all, we got the new technique, that is a PID controller. So proportional controller, by applying only the proportional controller, there is the steady state error which is occurred. So that's why the proportional and integral both are combined, but the response becomes very slow and the speed is very less. That's why we need to have the derivative control who can increase the speed of the controller. So that's why all design specifications are satisfied with the PID controller. So the characteristics of the PID controllers, the KP, KI and KD, these are the three terms related to the PID controllers. KP represents the P controller, proportional control. KI represents the integral control. KD represents the derivative control. In the proportional control, the rise time will be decreased, overshoot will be increased, the settling time, that is a small change there, and the steady state error will be decreased. But in the integral control, rise time will be decreased, overshoot will be increased, but settling time is increased there, and the steady state error is eliminated. And the KD, that is the derivative control, there is a small change in the rise time, there is the overshoot which is decreased, and the settling time is also decreased, and there is a small change in the steady state error. So there are some tips for designing a PID controller. How to design a good PID controller: obtain an open loop response and determine what needs to be improved. Add a proportional control to improve the rise time. add a derivative control to improve the overshoot as well as the speed, add an integral control to reduce the steady state error. So to adjust each of the Kp, Ki and Kd will get the good controller, so desired overall response will be attained. So these are the examples for the open loop control. 1 upon a square plus 10s plus 20 is given. With the help of the MATLAB we can see the proportional control. In this particular example, there is the value of Kp is 300, and in the output response we will get that Kp is equal to 100. So the rise time is that is reduced, but the steady state error is also reduced here. Okay, so there are the increase in the overshoot. This is the proportional control. In the proportional and derivative control you can see that there is the reduction in the both terms, overshoot as well as settling time. We have seen this with the help of the MATLAB examples also. Proportional integral examples, the integral control, it decreases the rise time, it increases the overshoot also and the settling time, and it eliminates the steady state error also. So it satisfies all design considerations with the help of the PID control. Okay, so there are the various tools available to see the various design performance of the PID controllers. So in this way we can find out the various performances of the various compensators networks also. So lead and phase lead, lead or phase lead compensator using the root locus method with the help of the MATLAB simulations also. So thank you very much for watching this video on the digital control systems PID controller.